All right, there he is, Malik Davis. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good, good. Thanks so much for joining us. The pride of the 813,
Yes,
Malik
sir. No
Davis.
problem.
Big pro day for you today. Let's get that out of the way. How was today, and what were your thoughts on pro day?
Uh, Everything was good. We came out there. I was at my home turf and was able to get embraced by my teammates and guys who care about me. So today was a pretty good day.
Good stuff. So talk to us a little bit about how the day went, and were you able to meet up with some scouts and stuff after, or just talk to us, run us through the day today.
Yeah, I spoke to a bunch of guys.
Lost him.
Be patient.
All right, you there?
Yeah, I think but I spoke with a bunch of different teams. Both after and during. It was a successful day.
What are
Real
those conversations like? What do they want to get out of you, or what kind of questions are they asking you?
A lot of questions were they just want to know how smart you are. Explain our offense to them. Explain the defense. Just seeing if I know football. Also, we spoke about what I bring to the table. Catching out of the backfield and making plays in open space.
and Malik, you didn't get a draft invite. What was that? What was that? I know we all dream of that, but being young ball players or whatever. What was that feeling like when you didn't get the combine invite? We talked about it on this show. We thought you should have got an invite. What was that like?
Yeah, I mean, I've always had a chip on my shoulder, and it seems like when every time it's time to go to the next level, it's always a challenge for me. So it's nothing new. I would have loved to been there, but I didn't. So I just knew I had to come and I had to just prove why I should have been there.
So I mean, today was still a blessing, nonetheless, man. Being able to do a pro day is still. I mean, a lot of kids don't get that opportunity. So,
Right.
what was your mood like this morning when you woke up? Were you excited, happy? Like, they give me the overall, like, what your mindset was like.
I
Or
was
last night,
excited.
were you able to get to sleep last night?
Right, right, right.
Yeah, I was able to sleep, but it was hard, And when I woke up, I do understand that a lot of guys are cut off their pinky finger to be in my situation. So, even though I didn't get that invite, I look at it that from that point of view. It's a blessing just to be able to put on these cleats and go perform and have people evaluate me and maybe want me on their team. Because a lot of guys wish they could have this opportunity and wish they had this shot that did it. So it's definitely a blessing.
Yeah, no
And
doubt.
Valentino said something to me. He was like, I had to like remind myself that everyone's here to see me today. Like everyone's here to see me, to see my teammates. Like I've already put in the work, and today's just like, hey, show up and show that you've put in that work.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I preach that to my teammates too. When you come here, just come, enjoy it, and have fun. Don't let this day have you nervous and make you feel like you have to do this or have to do that. If you put in the work and you come out and you give it your all afterwards, you should be fine.
Malik, we were talking a little bit about it before you got on the show. Were you training in Gainesville? Were you training elsewhere? Or
I train in California at
okay,
RX Sports.
Tell him what you told me at Pro Day today, Malik. Who'd you see out there where you were training in Calabasas?
Oh yeah, Kanye at this I don't know the name of the ice cream place that he goes to. I forget the name. It's called like Jerry
Oh,
something, but he goes there. He pulls up in like a van by himself and goes. It's just crazy.
let me ask you a question, man. You wrapping this thing up. Have you graduated yet?
Yes, sir.
You have graduated. So you graduated. You came. NFL is on next up. What do you feel about your overall tenure and your overall stay, your legacy at University of Florida? Did you come and achieve the things you set out for?
Yeah, definitely. I'm the first male out of my family to go to college and graduate college. So from where I'm from, I'm already won in a way.
Already.
I did that, and I played football for the Florida Gators, one of my dream schools since a kid. So I think I definitely completed the mission, as in the dream, the goals that I've set as a kid so far.
So
Now
what's
on to the next one.
right, go ahead, Nick. You got it.
What was it like? We talked a little bit about it at the field today, but what was it like? Just, I mean, from Tampa, you've been in Gainesville for the last, 4 or 5 years, and now you're training out in California. What was it like just to get out away from Gainesville and you're kind of experiencing new things as you get into this next stage of your life?
It was a great experience. I've never been anywhere for that long, for that amount of time. Other than traveling with the team, I haven't even traveled anywhere. So it was a great experience. To get away, get out of Florida, see something new while I trained. It was definitely fun.
I think California is better than either Columbia, Missouri, or Columbia, South Carolina on those trips that you took during your playing days.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you.
Malik, you've been in Gainesville for a long time now. Talk to us a little bit about your experience. You committed, with Jim McElwain. Then you're with him for a little while, and then you get with Dan Mullen and his staff. Talk to us a little bit about your transition from high school. You were an all-state player, an all-county player. What was the transition like to college for you?
It was a big transition. Just the level, for the level that I was at, and when in high school you just get the ball and run. Now you're in college, you gotta know what's going on before it happens. You have to read the defense, know why, if this guy's coming, and why, if they're in this alignment, this is gonna happen. So I think the biggest thing is just understanding football. And since I've been here, I think I've learned so much of football, and I've became a smarter football player overall.
What's that like? Because you're for the longest time in high school, it's just like give the ball to Leak and let him run. And now you're getting
Yeah,
here, and it's like no, you need to pick up that 250-pound linebacker who's running
right,
at you with a full head of steam. And if you can't block him, you're not going to play. And you're like, whoa, I'm not an offensive tackle. I came here to run the football, and you're asking me to put my head into some guy's chest here.
right. Like I said, at this level, it's time you're becoming a man, and those are the things that has to be done at this level, and that you have to be able to do. So I mean, you just got to put on your big boy shoes, and big boy pants and big boy shoes, and make it happen. My coach always preached: if you can't protect the ball, you can't protect the quarterback, and you can't play here.
Did you have a welcome to college moment, kind of like where something either positive or negative happened? You were like, okay, this is different.
I'll say something positive when Tyree Cleveland made the catch my freshman year against
Mhm.
Tennessee to win a game. I think that would probably be it.
That was wild. That was a Felipe. What did we call it? I think we called it the heave to cleave.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, that
That's the
was one of
one.
the craziest plays that I've seen. So I've been, yeah, definitely.
What was it? What was it like down there on the field? Because I mean, in the stadium that day, we couldn't hear anything. The place is going nuts.
Yeah,
I think Tyree almost got smushed because everyone
yeah,
ended up on top of him.
yeah,
BP was down there with him too, I think.
yep, yep. It
What
was
was it like
crazy,
on the field right after that?
It was crazy. It was crazy. Everyone was happy, excited, emotional. You know, it was a great experience.
Malik, you came in your freshman year and surprised a lot of us. We seen the potential in because your recruitment was a little late. We talked about your recruitment, but Florida, we got on you a little late as far as with an offer. But we all seen the potential in your huddle tape. But your freshman year got off to a hot start, and then you had a injury that ended it. Your freshman year, what was that like? Being on university campus, University of Florida campus, hot as a freshman, and then having it like deflated from you a little bit.
Yeah, it was definitely tough. Coming from someone who never had a serious injury before, and then I come to college. Then my first year, I have a major injury. It was pretty tough, but I had people around me that supported me and loved me, from teammates to coaches and family. And they embraced me and made sure I had support I needed. So even the days that I had down, it was there to pick.
I think he froze.
I think we lost him.
You hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
We can hear you. This is not a good promo for the hotel that's hosting you, Malik.
Yeah, it's bad connection. I'm sorry.
It's weird being back in Gainesville in a hotel, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm in Gainesville.
What
Is it still frozen?
looking back at
Maybe I might need to move around a little bit.
Yeah, you can start the video. That probably helps with the lagging.
Let me see. Is that better?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you're fine.
Yeah, I think the hotel's Wi-Fi can handle one or the other, not both.
So I was asking, how was that freshman season, man? Like once the injury hit and you looked like you said you had family and a good support system.
Yeah, I think that's a question too, because a lot of times guys get hurt, and it's like out of sight, out of mind for fans and even reporters like me.
Mm-hmm.
What is it like? Because you spend more time in the training room, obviously not practicing anymore. Do you feel like you're getting left behind, or do you still have coaches and teammates that you're interacting with every day, stuff like that?
I mean, I still have coaches and teammates that I interact with every day. But like I said, that support system is really important. You know, some guys may not have that, and it can discourage them, make them feel like, you know, they're not wanted as much anymore. But I had coaches and teammates that, like, even if I walked in with my head down, because they know I'm a competitor and I want to compete. I want to be able to compete. So when I was taken from me, you know, a lot of days it was rough for me just coming in from the facility, not being able to put on those cleats and go out there with my brothers. So my support system was pretty strong, and I think that's what kept me afloat, kept me focused.
Did being away from the game help you appreciate it a little bit more?
Yeah, definitely. Like after that, I never took it for granted again. You know, having those experiences, it definitely is an eye opener because the game can be taken from you at any second. So me being able to go through that, it helped me understand that at a different level.
Malik, what was the transition like? You had Jim McElwain for was it one season or two?
Two. Well, actually, no, I'm sorry. One season.
Okay. So what was that transition like? You have a great, freshman year, and then, obviously, besides the injury, you also have a head coach change. What was that experience like for you? Because, when you were in high school, you obviously have had the same coach for, all 4 years. But what was that transition like during a coaching change and style of offense change and everything else?
It was a big change. You know, you build relationship with coaches and staff members. So when you never know when something like that is gonna happen. You know, so when that happened, it's definitely challenging. You gotta learn another coach new and get to know him and build a relationship with him, from the coaches to the strength and conditioning coaches. So I'll say it's definitely, anytime something like that happens, it's definitely challenging. But like I said, this is the business that we're in.
I like to ask like awkward questions sometimes. What the hell happened when Lemon quit after that Kentucky game? Like, what the hell happened in the locker room? That was bizarre, and I think nobody really like what happened. And that was early in Mullen's tenure.
Yeah. I can't really say. I honestly can't even say what really happened. I just know it was just a few back and forth, and he was. I can't really. I don't even want to say. I don't even want to make up something and tell you something that's not accurate.
Right. If it's too tricky, I don't want you to like leak out no bad locker room stuff. I was just curious of like how that. I know early in tenures the buy-in is important, and you had a change from McElwain to Mullen. What was the buy-in process? Because some of the players got to deal with that now that Mullen's gone. So what was that buy-in process like?
It was different. Like, it was challenging. You're learning one thing from a whole staff, and then a new staff come in like, no, we're gonna do it this way. So I think that it's definitely challenging, especially if you feel like you had a great relationship with the last staff. Some players may feel like they didn't want their coach to get fired, or they wish that didn't happen. But since, like I say, this is the business that we're in. Sometimes things like this happen, and you just gotta buy in. You just gotta put your right foot forward.
Nick, you're on mute.
The transfer portal wasn't even really a thing for you at the time, Malik. Like when that happened, and I think it's tougher for a guy, especially like you. You're just a freshman, going to be a redshirt freshman, because of the injury, and it's kind of like, man, I didn't sign for 4 years of this new guy, versus a senior who's just like, hey, I got 1 more year to show up, kind of something like that. But yeah, I mean, how many different running backs coaches did you have during your time? You had Skip,
Sider, and then Coach Knox. So I was on my 3rd running back coach.
Okay. I remember talking to Andre DeBose. He did 5 years and had 5 different wide receivers coaches, and I'm like, that's probably not great.
Man, that's murderous,
probably not great for your development there.
Yeah, like sometimes it could, like you said, it could definitely mess with your development. And you build relationship with coaches, and we're all human, so we're not robots. We build relationship with coaches, and some players feel some type of way when a coach get fired, and sometimes it's hard to just swallow that pill and understand that you just got to move on.
Mm-hmm. Now, did you grow up a Bucks fan?
Yep, Bucks fan.
Yeah, so you're a lifelong Tom Brady fan now, like all the other Bucks fans that Daniel and I, who are
I wasn't a Brady fan until he came to the Bucks.
Same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm still not. Yeah, but whatever.
Dan, you're a Dolphins fan.
I am a Dolphins fan. I know that's why it's hard. I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place, Nick, because I'm a Dolphins fan. I want the Bucks to be successful because I live here, so I can go to the parades. But also growing up not liking Tom Brady, but then he came to the Bucks, and all of a sudden he has a personality. You're like, hey, maybe this guy isn't that bad.
No, he's terrible. Stop that, Dan. Our entire life, Tom Brady has terrorized our football franchise.
Yeah.
Our whole life.
Oh, wow.
Malik, what's your plans for the draft, man, or that weekend? I know you don't know if you're gonna get drafted, but are you planning on doing anything with the fam?
I'll just be chilling with the fam at the house. That's it. I won't be doing nothing crazy. Just chilling with the fam.
What do you think? I don't know if you put a lot of thought into it yet, but what do you think that moment will be like? Sitting on the couch with your people, the people that have supported you this whole process, and that phone rings and it's a GM or coach or somebody and says, "Hey, the work you've put in is paying off. We're about to call your name here."
That moment would be surreal for me, just because everything that I've been through, even off the field, besides football, just growing up. And like I said, I've had a lot of friends growing up that wanted to play football, and it didn't happen for them, or they may have made chose a different path, and they wasn't able to make it this far. So I think it'll definitely be a surreal moment, for me and my family and the people supporting me, because they know where I came from and how hard it was for me to get to this point.
Oh, yeah, a small number of people even get to play D1 football, and then it's only a small number of people that get to play on Sundays. So
right,
you've already beat the odds to just even be here to get the opportunity.
Exactly.
And you beat the odds to be boring, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just keep doing what you're doing. Do you talk to P Ryan or any of the guys you have relationships with that in the pros right now?
Yeah, P Ryan, KT, Tyree, Van. Like I've always been tight knit with my teammates and those guys. We talk all the time. I'm pretty much close with all of those guys, and I'm not even just saying that because we don't like. If you ask them, like, those are my brothers. You feel me?
How much seeing those guys be successful? How motivational is that for you?
It's very motivational. These guys that I work with, I strap up with every day, and then seeing them at that level and seeing the success that they have, it motivates me and lets you know, like, it could be done. you just got to work. It could be done.
Malik, we're like 3 weeks away or so from the NFL draft. What are you going to be spending your time doing over the next few weeks? Are you still going to be training? Or are you going to still be out in California? Are you going to head back out there, or what do the next couple of weeks look like for you?
I think I'll just be home in Florida training. I'll train here in Florida and just try to prepare myself and try to become the best football player that I can be while I wait.
Do you have any workouts set up with any teams coming up?
Yeah, I got a few teams, a lot of teams that I'm supposed to schedule a visit with. I'll probably know within the next couple of days the schedule and who and where I'm going.
And you got an agent to handle that now.
Yeah,
tells you, hey,
yeah,
book the flight. We're going to be here, or the car's picking you up this time. That's nice to have someone kind of handle that off the field stuff. That's you think that's kind of is that one of the biggest changes for you in terms of going from being, an amateur athlete, quote unquote, because I think college football players bringing in enough money shouldn't be called an amateur. But then not having to worry about class, not having to worry about, waking up and going to study hall. It's just like, hey, I wake up and all I'm doing today is to get myself ready for my job, which is going to be football.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely different now. It's no more school. You could just focus on your craft all day, every day. And I think now you could definitely see what you're capable of and push yourself to a different limit than you were before, than you could before. Because before you got to come home, you got to study, you got exam, and now you come home and you got to get ready. You're basically at work. So now you just got to get prepared for the next day every day. So it's definitely a blessing and a great feeling.
What's your hobbies, man? I know the KT and all them. We've seen rappers. We've seen a lot of stuff, man. Hunting hogs. What's your off season downtime hobbies, man?
My downtime is just spending time with my family, man. I'm a family man for sure. So anytime I get time off, I'm probably at granddad's house chopping it up with him. I'm at grandma's house chopping it up with her. That's what I like to do on my downtime.
And Malik, who are you training with when you're back here in Tampa?
I'll be training with Yo Murphy.
Okay. Yeah.
Dan's trying to get back into get back into his playing shape.
Well, I didn't want to be awkward, Nick, but Malik and I used to work out at the same gym when Malik was in high school. We didn't work out together because Malik is, I don't know, probably a second and a half faster on the 40 than I am. But no, I remember meeting you right before you went to UF back with Yo and Riedel and the rest of those guys at the performance compound.
Yeah, I'll be back there.
Awesome, man.
I had a couple questions, Malik, just about opponents at Florida. What was maybe like the worst fan base to play in front of?
I don't even want to answer that. You gonna have these people. You gonna get these people tweeting at me all night.
Nah, man, we got you, bro. You seen Gator Twitter, man? We got you, dog. Like, you need some reinforcement.
I always just so some of the school, all the other SEC schools let us down. Like when we're at the game, let us go down onto the field, and then we'd walk like behind the bench, and just some of the stuff that comes from like the student section is wild.
Yeah,
wild. And I'm like, and I turn around and I'm like, if you came on this field talking like that, like it wouldn't go well for you, buddy. Right. Like these are not, the kids sitting next to you in college algebra. These are grown ass men here in pads.
But speaking of that, who had the best hands on the team, Malik?
The best hands?
Yeah.
What we talking about? We talking about football? We talking about in the paint?
Oh no, we're not catching any footballs in this discussion.
You talking about? I might
asked
go
everybody
myself.
this.
I'm gonna go on myself.
Oh, okay. I like that one. Malik say I got the best hands on the team, bro. But anybody on the football team say they got the best hands, that takes some. You know what I'm saying?
I mean that locker room, they could.
I've seen Zach at work. I've seen Zach footage.
Well, I taught Zach everything he knows.
Yep.
Different weight class, though, right?
How often does that stuff get tested in the locker room?
I mean, it's emotional. Sometimes, something happened at practice. You get in the locker room, you was talking crazy. So now, you got to back it up. And it's all love. It's all love. It's not like we're trying to do something. We're teammates at the end of the day.
For
so
sure.
we're gonna rock out and we're gonna shake hands afterwards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's something that fans might get lost on. Like, what do you mean they're fighting? It's like, listen, dude, these 19, 20, 21-year-old guys. Like,
right.
You throw little hands and it gets squashed and you're good to go. See you tomorrow.
Yeah.
If you
Sometimes
do a whole
happens,
camp and no fight,
fight,
man, you got a good
fight.
team. For sure.
Yeah, brothers fight all the time.
Right.
I mean, you got 15 spring practices out in the heat. Someone's going to say something ignorant at one of these practices that they have to answer for after.
All right, we got to put Malik down in best hands on the team. We keeping a running log of who had the best hands on the team, and we'll go ahead and add you into that bunch, bro.
All right, bet.
Oh man, Nick, Silk, you got any more questions?
Good. Nah, that's it, man. Just good luck, man. Take in all the moments, enjoy the journey. You know what I'm saying? All of it, man. You blessed to be here. Just keep doing great things, my dude.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, best of luck, Malik, and we appreciate you coming on, man.
All right, thank you. No problem. I appreciate y'all for having me.
Thanks, Malik. Best of luck with everything.
All right.